Welcome back to Building and Beauty. If you guys have been keeping up with us, and you know we have been working on a major transformation with our flooring coming into our living room. We had some steps to conquer, and I'm here to tell you that we have conquered, but we still have a long way to go before we can put this living room back together. Today, we're going to actually head to Home Depot to pick up some more supplies. To finish out this space, we have to move another outlet. We have to finish the baseboards. We have tons of touch-up paint, and then we finally get to move our furniture back into this room, which we have been without for about 6-7 months now, something crazy like that. So you can say I'm very excited to get this room put back together. So without further ado, let's dive in and have some fun.
That catwalk on your feet, casual.
Off to Home Depot we go.
You send that so low key. Go on, make a scene. There's no doubt, it's what you made to do. Go all out, go shout it from the roof. Come on and show what you made.
Being a DIYer means a lot of trips to the hardware store. I can't tell you guys how many times I go to Home Depot every week. I needed to get some cord around for the steps going down into our living room. Since our stairs were so uneven, we have a few gaps that need to be filled, and cord around will do just the trick.
Unfortunately, every time I hear Super Duty, I think like he went to the bathroom really big. That was
Obviously,
a
we're not
Super
gonna
Duty.
own a Super Duty anytime soon. So Mark is convinced that this wood that we bought is going to fit through the back window of the truck. I'm not convinced. We'll see how it goes.
First, I'm gonna put this stuff right here. Boom. And then all this stuff can sit back here.
Okay.
Look at how usable this bed is.
Mark gives me such a hard time for the Gladiator because he's like, it's useful for nothing. But it's cute! Okay, all right. It just goes up to my head. It's fine. It works. I think this was 10 feet. Now I know this is what 10 feet would look like if I wanted to put it in my truck.
Everybody trying to find a new way and a new vibe and a guru with some advice.
We have been clearing out the living room, making some more space in here so we can start getting it put back together.
Does that mean we'll have a couch in our house for the first time in 8 months?
I know, it will. Yeah, it's kind
I'm
of a
so
big deal.
prepared to be lazy. I mean, I already am lazy, but like that's a whole better level
A
of
whole
lazy.
different level. Yeah,
man.
I know. I miss being lazy. We have not been lazy for months. But what we have to do first today is we actually have to move this outlet, because if you guys remember before, once upon a time, when these steps weren't here, we actually had a little built-in cabinet here, and we had the steps extended so this could come down into the living room.
The cabinet started
It was
here,
over
and
here.
the ledge of the concrete was right here. So as you can follow that, this all got poured. That was poured, that was poured. So that was the edge, and this outlet right here, why are you laughing so hard?
Sorry.
This outlet right here looked normal. It looked normal once upon a time because it was just like behind a cabinet. But now it's open.
Welcome to today's class, Building a Beauty. Today we're gonna be doing some work.
What on earth?
Sorry.
What class did you go to where your professor was like, welcome to today's class on building and look at all these, oh my gosh. Look at that, look at this, look at that. Oh, this is someone cute. Look at this cute lady right here. Steve's gonna be leading the class. We're gonna do this and this and that and that. You pick up that, I pick up this.
This is how I'm gonna start doing my videos. This is not what we want. Anyway.
You have to do it with a Dutch accent too. This outlet is not supposed to be there. This outlet must be moved 6 inches vertically and be put in the same area. You could move it horizontally, but you would have to drill through to backboard supporting wall, which is a no-no. So you must move outlet very carefully 2 to 6 inches vertically. And you must make sure it is turned off.
Okay. This just got so weird. This just got so weird. We're gonna move the outlet now. Oh my gosh. I need
Move the outlet.
to collect myself. We'll be right back. If your breaker panel is anything like ours, then it's not labeled, which is so annoying.
Which is so surprising. I feel like a lot of people would label them when they install them, but they don't. A lot of times they're just left blank, and so when you're DIYing something, it can be a headache to turn off power.
Yeah, so we have this, we got this breaker finder, and this has been amazing for us figuring out what outlets go to what on our breaker panel. So it has a receiver and a transmitter. I'm gonna put the transmitter in the outlet, and then you're gonna go outside to the breaker panel, and this will light up and tell you which breaker it belongs to, so we can turn it off to do the work we need to do.
All it does is it just lights up this tip, and it just tells you, and then you can flip off that one instead of completely shutting off your house and all the power.
Yes.
It's my show. So come on, put your hands up, let's go.
Moving an outlet can seem really daunting if you've never done it before, and fortunately for us, this is our third outlet that we've had to move within the past couple months. So I'd like to say that we're getting pretty good at it by this point, and it's actually pretty simple. Even Bishop was telling me that he feels like he could go home and move an outlet now.
Let's go.
Bishop to the rescue!
I'm an electrician.
Yeah.
Electric.
Basically, you cut a hole for the new outlet, pull the wires up to the new spot, and feed them through the new electrical box. Okay, maybe it's a little bit harder than that, but you get the idea. And since Mark and I have been doing projects together for so long, we really know our strengths and weaknesses. So Mark and I will often swap in and out on projects just depending on who has the better skills for the job.
So come on, put your hands up, let's go. Let's go. Come on, put your hands up, let's go.
It's all wired up. I've just been patching some holes. Let's see how we did. Perfect. It says correct wiring. So what's nice about this is it does give you a couple different little like indicators of what these will light up as in case you did something wrong or in case there's a problem with the outlet too. So these two are lit, which means correct wiring. We did it. Now that our outlet is moved, it's time to patch the old outlet hole. We are doing a technique here called a California patch, and I personally think it's the easiest way to do a drywall patch, and it looks really clean if you do it the right way. You're going to cut out a new piece of drywall that's slightly larger than the hole you're trying to fill. Use a utility knife to score the back of the drywall and break off the excess drywall while still leaving the drywall paper intact. You can use joint compound or spackling to adhere the new drywall as well as cover the entire patch. Once it's dry, I like to lightly sand and apply wall texture, and it usually takes me a couple of coats to get it right. And then once it's dry, you'll want to prime the area before you paint. And while I had the primer out, I also took the time to prime any other areas that I patched in the room, which actually turned out to be a lot. And I also removed the door trim so I can replace it with my new trim. It's the next day and I am ready to paint some baseboards for this space. Once I was done painting, I started working on the baseboards that come down the steps. I'm not going to lie to you, this was extremely difficult because my steps were so uneven. I think I probably went through an entire 16-foot board trying to get these cuts right. This was something I'd never done before, and I honestly don't want to ever do it again, but it did turn out really great. It just took me way longer than I expected.
Who's knocking at your door, trying to take your piece of mind? Yeah, 'cause I believe some things are meant to be. You've been waiting for a long, long time, yeah.
The stairs are somewhat done. They just about killed me with all the angles. This side was a lot better than the first side, or just by the end of it. I always joke, you guys, that by the end of the project, I know what I'm doing. And so my last angle turned out the best. Maybe that's a result of finally figuring it out, but if you have steps to do or stairs to do, they are so hard, very, very difficult. And it doesn't help that I didn't have perfect 45-degree angles because my stairs weren't laid perfectly. So it's like the stair saga continues, you know? But I'm very happy with, you know, how they turned out here. I think they look really nice. They're not perfect, but with a little bit of caulk and paint, makes a carpenter what she ain't, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I know I've been probably just cruising through multiple different things and haven't talked to you guys in a little while, and it's just because I'm trying to be productive in letting paint dry and doing this and cutting and letting, you know, multiple paint spots dry all over. I'm just trying to be productive. I want this room to be back together so badly. The next thing I'm gonna tackle is putting in the rest of the baseboards. Now that I kind of have the stairs figured out, I can do the rest of the room. I'm gonna get everything painted in here. Hopefully my very old paint still matches my walls. Otherwise we're gonna be repainting. So let's hope that's not in my future. But anyway, I just wanna pop in, tell you guys, we're making some progress and I'm so excited.
Keep climbing and enjoy the view. I do me, you do you. Let's move.
Oh! Day 567,000 billion of the living room. And you know, every day I'm just making a little bit of progress, but I have to tell you, this is like so time consuming and in my mind, very boring. It's boring to do caulk. It's boring to fill all of the nail holes. I feel like it's a step in every project that most people hate doing because it's boring and extremely time consuming, but it's also like the most important thing that you can do to make your project look really professional and really upscale in the end. So I'm taking my time with filling all the nail holes and making everything look the best that I possibly can, but I have to tell you, I'm bored. But if you guys have made it with me this far in the video, let's drop a code word. Let's drop the code word. Don't tell anyone what the code word means. It just lets me know that you've stayed for this far in the video. So the code word is going to be paint. Drop the word paint and it will let me know that you're still with me. So anyway, I'm gonna continue today with caulking. Continue with painting. We are getting so close to the finish line.
No way, I'll blow your mind like every day. Hey, yeah, yeah, hey. Oh wow, wow, wow. It's going down, down. Oh wow, wow, wow. Talk of the town. You ain't seen nothing. I'll show you something. Oh wow, wow, wow. You don't want to understand. It's the new sound. It's the new sound. New hype, new vibe, new wave, good times. It's the new sound. Oh wow, it's what everybody's talking about. Say oh wow, you're gonna wanna check it out. Oh oh wow, oh wow, oh wow.
So I painted our house probably 4 years ago now. And so I've had the same paint color the entire time, and I have this very old bucket of paint that's been in my garage out in the heat. And I'm just wondering if it's still going to match, because if it doesn't match, I don't know what we're gonna do. We might have to repaint the whole house, which wouldn't be the worst thing. That's why I have these samples right here, because I actually really want to paint our house white. Ever since we got the new can lights installed, I actually really have kind of fallen in love with our paint color all over again, because the new lighting actually, I don't know, really changed the way that the paint color looks in our home. For those of you wondering, because I do get a lot of questions, our paint color is Miner's Dust by Dunn Edwards. It is a really pretty soft gray. It's gray. I would say it's a soft gray. It's not too, you know, not too light, not too dark. It's kind of somewhere in the middle with a little bit of tan, bluish undertone. I've loved it for a really long time, but I definitely am feeling like white walls are on trend, and I would love to see our house painted white, but I've already painted our house once. And that was a lot of work. So my goal really when I started the floors and doing this whole renovation was that I really wanted to do the floors and then paint the house and then put all the furniture back in, but I ran out of time with it almost being fall. And you guys know how much I love fall decor and Halloween and Christmas, and I don't want to miss out on any of that. So I'm foregoing the paint unless it doesn't match. What I have doesn't match. We might be in trouble. So let's see if it's gonna work. I just really hope that this will match. Otherwise, we're gonna have a lot of work to do.
That's the way it goes. Living in the sandbox on the playground. Everywhere you look, it's a merry-go-round.
Earlier in this video, we went to Home Depot and we picked up a bunch of cord around so I could cover up some leftover gaps in the flooring next to the stairs. Unfortunately, since our stairs were poured unevenly, we knew we would end up with some gaps, and it's nothing that a little bit of cord around can't fix. I did attempt to stain these. I was like, I'm gonna stain them the color of the floor. I'm gonna be able to do it. And after trying about 10 different combinations, I was like, you know what? We're gonna paint them and call it good, and it's gonna look just as good as if I were to stain them. So yeah, I have a little paint sample that I've had for a long time, but it happens to be such a nice color. This is Sherwood Tan by Benjamin Moore, and it's a really pretty tan color that will look nice with our floors. And I'm gonna go ahead and paint the cord around. We're gonna nail them up and call it a day, and that's gonna wrap up the stairs. I'm so excited for this next step. With those last pieces, the floors are complete, in this section anyway. You guys, this was a lot of work. The last 10% of the living room was so time consuming, and I really actually hesitated even sharing this video with you guys because to me, like I was saying earlier, it's kind of like a boring phase of the project, all the caulking and the painting and the touch-up work and moving an outlet and doing cord around and like all these little tedious tasks that we needed to do to bring this room back together. I was like, do I even bother sharing it? But then I was like, of course, because if you guys are going through a renovation, this is what it looks like. It's a lot of hours, a lot of hard work that's going into things. And this is a lot of steps that you would be experiencing if you were going through a big renovation like we are. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so excited that the stairs are finally done. I mean, talk about a saga, okay? A stair saga is what I feel like these were. And they're finally complete, and now we finally get to move all of our furniture back into this room. So stay tuned for the next video because we are gonna be putting this entire living room back together. I also have a couple more DIYs that I want to do in this space to really finish it out. So thank you so much for being here, you guys. Drop a comment. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.